crazy story, but it's true. And what made me remember, I'm getting ready to make this dollhouse for these toddlers in my Sims game. But what reminded me about this story was what happened to Pete Monzingo's sister, who recently won a lawsuit. I think it took like 4 years. So Pete Monzingo, in case you're not familiar with him, is a YouTuber, and he's an average height person who, um, let me go up a level, who has family of um, dwarfs. And so he's like an influencer, and his mom is just adorable. Like, I like his brother is a TikToker and a YouTuber and has these adorable children. But anyways, so they took his sister's wheelchair. Oh my gosh. And people will think like that's unheard of. Well, I'm going to tell you a story just to tell you how sad it is that in our country, in this day and age, we still have to have laws that need to be passed. So apparently, something to do with the landlord who held her wheelchair in a storage, and she even tried to get the police involved, and they were so callous and lacking any kind of sympathy or empathy, would not let that woman have her wheelchair, guys. Her wheelchair. I'm just like, that's crazy. Okay. And so anyways, I guess she won that. But for like 4 months, she didn't have a wheelchair. That's just absurd. So never. I think we need federal legislation to make it a crime to take any device that is linked to mobility of a human being. Like, we're better than that, right? So I've been a landlord for a long time. Like, I used to buy houses and flip them, like sell them on contract for deed. So I bought this one house um, on a contract for deed from none other than a state representative. Okay. The story was this woman, she was kind of mean. She kind of had a mean side, but she was disabled. She had mental problems. And truly, she should have had a conservatory, because had she had a conservator, basically somebody that manages their bills and make sure their bills are paid so they can get liens against their property. But she was a house owner. I don't remember how she got her house. I don't remember how, but anyway, she owned the house outright. She owned this house for a long time. This crazy camera. But what happened was this guy, she entered into a contract for siding, and I don't know, she got into some kind of argument or something, and she didn't pay the guy, so they put a lien against her house and then took her to court. She had some kind of state congressman who was like trying to advocate for her because she had obvious cognitive issues. Under no circumstances should that salesperson have not been able to know that, and should not have entered into a contract with her. I'm trying to avoid the contract, because if you have mental illness or you're incapacitated, any contract you enter, if it's like a minor with incapacitated person, is void. Okay, it's void, right? Oh my goodness. Well, anyways, she was eligible for services for conservator, and before it was over with, when I got involved, that's exactly what she had. But it's sad though that, you know, that she lost her home, basically, and it was really sad. But what happened was, but she was not being evicted from her home. So the guy that bought the house at an auction, sheriff's auction, and paid off whatever the debt was. Usually the way that goes, you pay off the highest debt, to whatever the debt is, to the person that has a lien on the house, and then um, whatever, or the highest bidder or whatever. So anyway, so he bought this house, and she wouldn't leave. And so he had to like get her evicted. So he's kind of like mad at her and everything. So all her stuff's in her house, and the sheriff's department or whoever came to literally forced her out, would not let her get her prosthetic leg, guys. So she had an amputee. She was an amputee, so she had one of her legs from like the knee down was missing. So she had a prosthetic leg, and in addition to that, she also had a wheelchair, electric wheelchair that she used. Like sometimes she wasn't able to wear her prosthetic, so she was like alternated between the two. But that was part of her mobility. So, and so they're forcing her out. And it was a big old scene, and they would not let her take her leg. I'm just like, are you kidding me? So I felt so bad for her. I did. And so, anyways, so I bought this house, and I'm fine about all this stuff. And he was like, well, we can just have a rummage sale and get rid of all our stuff, and we could split it or whatever. And I'm like, I'm really not interested in that. And so those are balloons, but um and yeah, I wouldn't have no part of that. So I had to go take this. Well, basically what I did is I put all the stuff in storage for her, and then I went and got her leg. Because it was like, for that, I don't know how long she had been without it. I mean, she still had her wheelchair, but it was just the idea, you know. And so that's what made me think about it. So this lady who somebody took her wheelchair, because usually like landlords, if somebody tenants or things with tenants go awry, and you see them, they just take all their stuff and throw it out on the curb. But I think that we need a law. So I'm asking people to go to this guy's channel, Pete Bonzingo, and just he is so sweet. So his sister recently got council. She's now a council member of city council, and so she's going around advocating for the curbs. Like she can't get up curbs in their area that she lives in. Like you'd be surprised on how many areas are not in compliance with ADA. And I use a walker and I use a cane depending on how far I have to travel or whatever, my pain level and stuff like that. And so all the time, I run into lack of ADA doors that are super hard to open or really heavy, and I have to manage to open it because the button's not working or they don't even have a button, or curbs. But I have a little thing on my walker where it's easier for me to get up a curb than it is somebody's using a wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? And so you just be surprised the struggles, even in this day and age, excuse me, that people face, and it's sad. So I was just really thankful that that they were that she won the lawsuit. That'd have been horrible if she had not won the lawsuit, right? So I just ask you to be involved in whatever advocacy that there is, and just kind of be aware of the struggles that people have, you know, just with disabilities. It's just awful. It's just awful. It still exists, and it's still everywhere. It shouldn't be that way, but it is. It is. Anyways, I just wanted to share that. And I think I'm going to test this out with my toddler in this game and see if it works. But I was kind of thinking about maybe putting some bushes or something here. Um, Something pretty and bright, cheerful. Isn't that pretty? I love that tree. And then maybe some flowers, some little bushes, maybe some lavender over here. It's a little clubhouse for the toddlers. So basically what I did, I think you saw what I did, is I went down in the basement, and then you size this up times 2, and then, you just kind of put it level with that, and then you just, kind of build a little wall there. And I saw somebody else do it, and I think the way they did it was probably better. And I love these little modded staircase right here with the Christmas lights. Isn't that cute? I thought that would be kind of festive. Now this is for the boys. I have boys on this lot. And so let me see if this is going to work even. Get my little boys out here and see if they can play with their toys. There's little Brandon. Let me teleport him out here. So if you're somebody who faces stuff like that, you know, um, if you see stuff like that, disabilities, do you have challenges? But really and truly, in America, who's supposed to have great laws to protect people with physical challenges, you'd be surprised how still in this day and age, it just does not exist. There's the horsey. Okay, so now I'm going to turn my music back up. Not too loud. Okay. There's a horsey. Okay, so that's a drum set, but technically it's like a xylophone. That's so cute. Let's see if we can get in his bed, though. That's what I want to see. So I'll have him done with that game. Because if this will work, I'm going to go ahead and like do a bunch of other stuff to it. But I just want to test its function right now. I just love those stairs. You can do it, baby. You can do it. He's got enough movement skill level. I think he can. Yeah. Is he going to get into bed? Then I can put more stuff in there. Oh, isn't that precious? Have him take a nap. He needs a nap. Even though it's early in the morning, he needs breakfast probably. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. See how cute that is. So precious. Anyways, what do you think of my little toddler clubhouse that I just made? And I did a little how-to. Yeah. So I hope you have a blessed day. Okay. I'm gonna end this video. Here's Pinky. Yay.